Have you noticed that doing the same thing, lifting weights while fasting, some people feel lighter, their minds become clearer, and their lower abdomen softens quickly? But others, after only 2 sessions, experience dizziness, restlessness, irritability, and intense hunger, immediately concluding that fasting and weightlifting destroy muscle and torture the body. And if you've ever fallen into the second group, I want you to listen carefully to this before you give up. In many cases, it's not that you're weak. You're just making a small mistake right from the morning, and that mistake is causing your body to mistakenly believe you're in danger. When the body misinterprets this, it doesn't burn fat, it triggers an alarm, and you'll find that fasting becomes a battle. Let me tell you a true story, because I see it as exactly like the journey of many people. A man in his late 20s, an office worker, had accumulated lower abdominal fat for years. She was very determined, reading everywhere that the 16/8 diet combined with weight training on an empty stomach was a quick belly fat burning combo. She chose to do it immediately, without hesitation. The next morning, she woke up early, skipped breakfast, grabbed her bag, and went to the gym, telling herself that today she would change. But on the way, she stopped to buy a cup of coffee with milk, adding a little sugar to wake herself up. She thought simply, a little bit won't hurt, I haven't eaten, I'm still fasting anyway. And this is the moment many people don't realize. The body doesn't read the word fast. The body only reads the signals. In the gym, the first set was fine. The second set started to make her restless. The third set, her heart raced. Her hands trembled slightly. Her head felt dizzy as if it were low on electricity. The hunger that appeared wasn't like normal hunger. It was urgent. It was frustrating. It made it difficult to concentrate, and she just wanted to finish the workout as quickly as possible. She tried to finish the workout. At lunchtime, she was afraid of breaking her fast, so she ate less. In the afternoon, her energy dropped. In the evening, she was so hungry that she ate twice as much to compensate, and the next morning, the scale had gone up. The belly was still there, but her mood was heavier. She told me, fasting is terrible. Exercising on an empty stomach ruins my body. I probably won't be suited for it. But when I asked her just one question, what did you drink this morning? She paused. Coffee with milk. And that's when she understood. The problem isn't whether lifting weights while fasting is right or not. The problem is whether you're truly fasting in the right sense. Fasting isn't a test of endurance. It's a way to control your hormones. Doing it right makes it easy. Doing it wrong makes it extremely difficult. Now, let's get straight to the biggest fear of most people. They think that exercising on an empty stomach will cause their body to burn muscle. That sounds logical, but the body's biology doesn't work that way. Muscle is an asset. You spend a lot of time building it. Your body doesn't naturally burn it just because you skip breakfast. When you lift weights, your body has a very clear fuel priority. In the first few seconds, you use the available ATP. Next comes creatine phosphate. Then comes glycogen, stored in the muscles and liver for heavy sets. This is the fuel specifically for exercise. The body doesn't need to break down muscle for energy for a few sets of squats or pull-ups. So why do many people still feel weak, incredibly hungry, and feel like their body is betraying them? It's not because you're losing muscle. It's because hormones are being stimulated incorrectly, and you're being pulled into an alarm state. When you truly fast, 3 subtle changes occur before you even pick up weights. First, insulin drops. Insulin is like the gatekeeper of fat storage. When insulin is high, the body prioritizes storage. The fat storage is tightly shut, and you have difficulty accessing fat for use. When insulin is low, the door to the fat storage opens wider, and fat is more easily released into the bloodstream for energy. Second, adrenaline increases slightly. Not in a panic-inducing way, but like turning on a light in a room. It helps you stay alert and increases your ability to mobilize stored energy. Third, growth hormone has short spikes, favoring the protection of lean tissue and supporting fuel mobilization. Simply put, the body enters a mode where fat is more easily removed and muscle is prioritized for retention. When you start lifting weights, that signal intensifies. You're telling your body that this is the time for energy. If insulin is low, the body will pull energy from fat more easily. Therefore, many people feel their workout is clean, focused, not heavy, and not sluggish. But this is only true when you're fasting cleanly. And this is why many people fail. They think they're fasting, but in reality, they're fasting half clean, half dirty. The most common trap lies in morning drinks. Coffee with milk, a little sugar, a sweetened beverage, a bottle of unsweetened but flavored water, a little honey because you think it's good. The body doesn't care what you call it. The body only sees the signal. The sweet or energy-boosting signals enter your system, insulin levels fluctuate, cravings increase, and hunger strikes early and intensely. Fasting feels like torture, and you'll blame the fasting itself. The fault lies in the small detail of the morning. If you want to lift weights while fasting and find it immediately easier, do one very clear thing. During your fast, only drink plain water, unsweetened tea, or plain black coffee. If needed, unsweetened electrolytes. That's it. Many people only need to adjust this one thing to transform their workout from hell into a breeze. And there's another interesting thing that few people notice. Often, the most noticeable effect isn't during the workout itself. It's the next morning, because after you finish exercising, your body doesn't stop. It continues to expend energy to recover, to repair tissue, to rebalance the system. If insulin levels are still stable at that time, and you eat properly, your body tends to use nutrients to repair muscle and replenish reserves, instead of pushing them into fat storage. Many people feel lighter in the morning, leaner, and more alert. And for those who exercise regularly, this effect is like a wave upon wave. Today creates one signal, tomorrow adds another. You don't need to wait 3 days to exercise again. You're accumulating if you do it right. Now I'll give you a practical, simple, and safe plan to both maintain muscle and burn fat. I call it the easy-to-remember trio. First, exercise intensely, not torturing yourself. Fasting, combined with weight training, that includes well-defined rest periods, squats, presses, rows, pulls, pushes, in sets with sufficient rest, and maintaining good form, ensures you leave the gym still controlling your breathing and feeling strong, not exhausted. If you turn your workout into an escape, with prolonged HIIT, intense cardio, and increased stress, your body is more likely to react negatively, becoming hungrier, craving more, and you're more likely to overeat. Fasting doesn't require you to suffer. Fasting requires you to create stable hormonal signals. Secondly, eat again like someone who understands their body, not like someone seeking revenge. A common mistake is eating little at the first meal after a long fast to avoid breaking the fast, or conversely, overeating because you're too hungry. Both are likely to fail. The first meal after a workout should be simple, with protein as the foundation, adding moderate carbs if you're doing heavy training, and adding vegetables to stabilize. The goal is to show your body that you're not starving. When your body feels secure, cravings will naturally decrease. And thirdly, sleep to lock in the results. Poor sleep increases stress hormones, sweet cravings, and hunger. Good sleep helps with recovery, calms the mind, and makes natural fasting easier. If you want to sustain this, consider sleep as part of your plan. I'll also quickly remind you for your safety. If you have underlying health conditions, are taking medication related to blood sugar, have unstable blood pressure, are pregnant, breastfeeding, or have a history of eating disorders, consult a healthcare professional first. And if you're just starting out, don't jump straight into the 16/8 fast with heavy training. You can start easily, fast for 12 hours, drink a lot, train lightly, and gradually increase as your body adapts. In short, weight training while fasting isn't about destroying muscle. Most of the suffering comes from triggering the wrong signals, especially morning drinks. When you fast a lot, insulin is low, you train in a controlled manner, eat enough protein, and get good sleep, your body usually does what it does best: preserve muscle. Use fat as fuel, and the lower abdomen is usually where the changes are most noticeable over time. Now it's your turn. Which time frame do you want to start with? 12 hours, 14 hours, or 16 hours? And when do you feel hungriest? Morning, noon, or night? Comment those 2 pieces of information below, and I'll suggest the easiest fasting and weight training schedule for you to follow long-term without forcing yourself.